Namaste, angels. This is the weekly love reading for the period of today, Sunday, February 10th through Saturday, February 16th. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. I've been planning to get to this reading all day long. But the other reading I forgot to announce and to keep in mind when I recorded the general that I still don't have my laptop, and I should have been more conscious of the time in an effort to get it up to you as quickly as possible and not have any difficulty in uploading it. But I didn't, so I was a bit delayed, but I got it up, enjoyed watching it with some of you. Actually, after or while I was watching it with you guys that joined me for the live premiere, with regard to the masculine, I did feel that the Page of Cups, Page of Swords rather, with the 10 of Cups in his subconscious was in some cases that he had like chosen the wrong mate, or like he started a family with the wrong person, he was with the wrong family. And I guess it could relate to friends too, surrounded by the wrong people with the wrong friends, and that's why there was disappointment. And 5 of Cups and 4 of Cups also surrounding him, and then the 7 of Wands crowning him as a decision to maybe move away from those people. So I just wanted to share that with everyone else that was not part of that live. I hope you'll be part of this one when I premiere this video for the love reading. What else did I want to say to you guys? This week, tomorrow, the 11th, is the feast day of Our Lady of Lourdes. It is a feast day of an apparition or a series of apparitions of the Virgin Mary, representing herself as the Immaculate Conception. That's what she calls herself. And Our Lady of Lourdes is all about healing. People go to Lourdes specifically to be healed by Mary's intercession, which comes through there when they visit, or so it is said by the thousands and thousands of people that have been visiting that location for years since the apparition took place, which I think again was in the year 1854. I've mentioned before, and I mentioned in the general, that Mary likes to work in 9 9s. So similarly, Our Lady of Fatima took place in 1917, which also equals 9 9. On the 14th, of course, is Valentine's Day. So I did not talk about Valentine's Day too much, but to mention it, that it's happening this week during the general reading. I wanted to save that for this one, a larger focus on Valentine's Day, and see what's going to come through for us for that. And also on the 14th, Mars enters Taurus, where Uranus also is and will be for about 8 years. I mean, there's going to be some transits, of course, where it won't be just wholly stationary there, but for the better part of 8 years, Uranus in Taurus as of last year. So Mars joining Uranus there, that also is going to be about healing, the whole Taurus energy too. So that's our primary focus this week. And to that end, I am going to start with a sort of non-traditional opening message. And it's an inbox message between me and one of my Facebook friends that I've met along this journey early on, like my first year, 2016, my first year on YouTube. One of my first, clients, viewers, subscribers, and so forth. Facebook friends, therefore, and you can say friend in general from afar. She is actually in the UK, and I'm here in the United States. And it's a long time since I have had this kind of conversation with my viewers about twin flames or divine unions and how we came to be and what our purpose is, and what the whole thing is about. And it doesn't go into that in length, because again, it's a conversation, and we weren't stopping to do research in between. This is all in the natural course of talking to one another. We started at 1:56 p.m. 111. That's when she sent me the first message, and we finished at exactly 2:22. She gave me a thumbs up. So about a half hour conversation back and forth, at leisure, I guess. Or 222 might be when I looked at the last message, when I opened it. In any case, she says, "Hi, my queen, could you explain this, as I'm confused? Are the ascended masters fallen angels?" So I get that. And then in the meantime, she had sent me a little synopsis of something that she'd been reading. And I said, "Hi, sweetie. Oh, God, no. But many of these so-called twin flames are from the top down. Remember, the earth is the dominion of the devil. The books of Genesis, Enoch, Daniel, Revelation, and some others remind us that the angels who at one time were good were cast out of heaven for raping human females and teaching them the ways of heaven, when they were supposed to be watching. These are known as the Watchers. They are about 200 fallen angels who asked Enoch to talk to God on their behalf and to put in a good word, but God banned them from heaven. They are able to replicate themselves, and they show up all over the earth as demons. They could look like you and me. And their descendants are here too. This is with whom the final war is." She says, "Thank you. I wanted to know about Mahatma energy, and that's what led me into all of this." So in the meantime, I was answering her already. I said, fast forward to 2010, out of nowhere, people claiming to be Oraphim, a made-up order of angels, calling themselves Blue Rays, begin to spread the twin flame lie. These are demons, basing their history on that of their lighted enemies. She says, "Oh, thank you. I just did an Atlantean healing practitioner course, which was a beautiful experience, and they work with Mahatma meditation, and I had no idea what it was, so I looked up something and found people saying that it was of ascended masters who were demonic spirits." So who's spreading this garbage, right? So I wanted to ask you before I entertained it. And again, I was answering already too. And I said, they have branched out, because I'm still answering her initial question. Right? I said, they have branched out in many ways, claiming to be the guardian of one ray or stargate or another, and to work to confuse, and they work to confuse the children, the chosen children of God, but by luring them with delusions of grandeur and dreams of effortless relationships that they believe make them better than all else, to have been blessed with such love. And then they lose all concept of the work meant to be done toward humanity. They are demons, so they lie. They are their father's children, and he is a liar. A meditation like that once started on autoplay, and a woman began to call in dark angels. This is why I always warn against listening to guided meditation if you're at risk of falling asleep, because you don't know what somebody is speaking over your life while you're not in a conscious state to say, I reject this, I rebuke this, I did not give my permission to this. That woman that I was watching unintentionally, because like I said, it just started at autoplay. I since turned my autoplay off, and this is back in like 2016. She had first asked people to like give their names, say your name out loud. And then she began to call in the dark angels. She had tricked these people into giving permission to be accessed by dark angels, by demon spirits online. So I went on to say some Reiki involves chants where people don't know what they're saying and potentially are granting permission and access that they don't mean as well. And she said, right, thank you. She's a Reiki practitioner, actually. I'm very aware of those dark forces and want nothing to do with them. Hence me looking and finding, she said, Santa Kamara. Oh, yes, Sanat Kamara, she means. Some say he's like Jesus and others the devil. So I came straight to you as I value knowledge and I value your knowledge and trust you. XX. And I said, I appreciate that in you. Thank you. And the smiley face. And that's when she gave me the thumbs up. And then it was 222. So I just wanted to share that because again, as a means of healing, some of us may be using meditations. Some of us may be using Reiki. Be discerning in your practices and the practitioners to whom you go. And try to avoid the fantasy and the free-for-all that is twin flame. Now, I'm not telling you don't identify as a twin flame, if you choose to. I don't label my videos twin flame videos because I don't identify as a twin flame, because again, I came into that knowledge long ago. And I in part because I do know the Christian scriptures, the Bible. I do know the Hebrew scriptures, the Torah, and and I do know the Quran. So I know what it says about angels. I know what it says about other types of spirits in there, jinn, and all of these things. And so I'm discerning. But the community has gotten so large and broad that there are so many practitioners and so many different means of teaching. It's a little difficult now to, sort of keep up and, with everybody and say, oh, no, this is wrong and that's wrong. And it's not really, my place anyway. On my channel, I can help you with those kind of things. Or if you come to me like this woman did, asking a question, I can share my knowledge, if any, on that subject. But there's a lot that's not true out there. And it's meant to deter you. It's meant to prevent your union. It's meant to cause you to give up because you're thinking that the whole purpose is you're supposed to meet somebody and you're supposed to fall madly in love and everything's going to be perfect from then on. And then when it's not, and it's not working, and you try for a week, a month, a year, and it's still not, and you're like, well, I'm giving up on this, so that might not have been the right I must not be the right person. And they're causing you to stray away from your soul contract. It's really serious business. I don't want to go too far into depth because this is the love reading and I want to keep it about just love. But at the same time, I do feel this has to do with love because it's about these divine unions. It's about these relationships, these twin flame relationships, and their purpose and how they come to be, and the fact that they're tied to the prophecies. And so the prophecies require fulfilling, but that requires action on our part as a collective, not little individuals sparingly doing what they need to do. So with that, I'm going to say again, this week is about healing. And I just wanted to give you guys a couple of things to think about in that regard. And ironically, we're going to begin in a moment with teaching and learning. So that was my teaching for the week. But first, the dice. And we're starting with spin money, sex, and try again. Spirit says buy shoes. For some, these are definitely walking shoes. Nancy Sinatra style. Still try again. This could be trying a relationship again. I'll also try, shaking that die up again. And weekend away. Okay, maybe where you tried to come together. In the general reading, we saw delay. We saw social events not coming together. It can be a try again in that regard too. Like, don't just give up and, oh, woe is me. And then you fall into negative space. And then you manifest further negativity and it never happens. Instead, maybe send an email, rectify the situation, and keep it moving. All right, so like I said, for the masculines spread, the spread from the masculine perspective, I'm beginning with my numerology deck and card number 57, which is another 12 or 111. Like the time that my friend and I began speaking this afternoon, teaching and learning. And opening to pride, something very closely attached to what I was just talking about as well. And notice the purple. Purple is a color of spirituality, can be royalty as well. It can sometimes, like blue, have to do with crown chakra and or communication, maybe higher levels of communication. Think Pisces, right? Higher love. The green ray, the emerald ray, is the ray of healing. Most specifically, it's going to be like heart chakra and finances. The archangels that work with these most closely and sort of as a partnership, at least from, in my opinion, would be Raphael and Chamuel. Raphael is the sort of patron of the heart chakra and the archangel of healing. He is one of the major archangels, no matter how you slice it. If you say like one of the major 3, one of the major 7, sometimes that's considered to be a major 15. He fits into every single category. He's represented by green. Now, sometimes Chamuel is also represented by green as well as pink. Chamuel is the archangel of lost things, as well as the archangel of unconditional love, not to be confused with the archangel of love, which is Daniel, love and marriage. So as far as pride, you may want to work on something sacral chakra. That's what the orange is about. Or maybe work with Archangel Ariel. This is her dominion. Or you can still, of course, seek the support of Raphael and Chamuel for healing and unconditional love to help to defeat this pride. That's if you're into archangels. Of course, there are others that could still help you with the same issues. For example, Metatron is the archangel of light work and light workers, period. Light beings. Michael, the prince of the seraphim and, the head archangel. Seraphim are actually a higher order of angel than archangels. Michael is actually a seraphim, a seraph, not an archangel necessarily. Or not at least the way we see it. According to God, yes, he is an archangel. And or at least the way the scriptures are written, all 3 of them that I just mentioned, not only an archangel, but the archangel. He's the only one referred to as the archangel in the scriptures. So he can help you with this too, of course. Pride. And spiritual partnership. If you can let go of the pride, you can come into partnership. This is brings up like situations of, and look at the orange and the purple in both cards, right? Both of these people need to work on like sacral chakra and letting go of their pride and ego. But this is like, when you miss the other and like neither one wants to say or acknowledge it or admit. So if you feel yourself doing that this week, it's a time to work on letting that go. Spiritual partnership. And patience. More orange. More Ariel perhaps. And sacral chakra again. I'll do one more. And it is more orange. And it is card number 11. Individuality. So self-love and self-healing and self-recognition and acknowledgement and nurturing. Also very important too. And that came through in the general reading as well. Spiritual partnership. Card number 85. Follow your dreams. 85 equals 13 or 4 or 11, 11, of course. So those dreams, you picture, you see 11, 11. That's the universe saying, hey, you! Got some ideas, got some thoughts, keep them positive because you're manifesting them. Those dreams that you want to follow, you can make them come true. If you keep your energy up and your thoughts positive, your thoughts up. So just as I mentioned, here comes card number 48. It's another 12 or 111 and it's financial discipline. And it's this pink and green, which I also just mentioned a moment ago in talking about Chamuel, the archangel of lost things, abundance, and unconditional love. So he can actually absolutely help you with this financial discipline, right? Because he is in charge of abundance. That's your overall energy. So divine feminine, the masculine as it relates to the feminine this week, and himself, the union as a whole, overall, what the masculine would have the feminine do to render, contribute toward the union, what he himself is willing to, what the universe will have the two do, wants to help you with, but you will have to affirm, like you have to take a step forward, commit. It's like when you pay for a spiritual service, right? A lot of us would, you know, are kind of stuck in this old barter, and we'd like to just give you stuff, and we want to serve humanity, we want to help, but there's a purpose and a means, a necessity to exchanging energy, right? So the universe even wants to exchange energy with us. We have to commit and give it that energy. We have to pay toward our own, you know, blessing here. And then they're going to, you know, in kind, give us the full support 100% in that area. And the outcome. So again, this is from the perspective of the masculine. I did want to mention, I knew what I forgot now. I left the lamp facing away again so that you guys could see the orbs. I know a lot of you enjoy them and had been having trouble seeing them. In the general reading, like right at the beginning, just as I started talking, there's one that comes like shooting, like a shooting star from somewhere over here. Okay, divine feminine. 5, change. So we are making changes, and again, some of those are going to be to ourselves. We're working on healing. We're working on our weight. We don't weigh enough. We weigh too much, or, you know, this is according to us, not some society dictating something to you or something. This is you nurturing yourself because you want to keep you healthy. It can be other changes in your life. Again, how your financial disciplines, how you save money. Maybe you're finally nurturing yourself by every time you get a paycheck, you're taking, you know, 1%, 2%, whatever, and setting it aside immediately, putting it in the savings account immediately, whether that's at a bank or in a jar in your own house. That is for you. That is for your rainy day. You're starting to, you know, get your nails done, get your hair done, whatever it is you like to, or you're joining a gym or yoga class, something that is for you, a change, positive in your, that will affect your foundations. You're like building something for yourself. Masculine as it relates to the feminine this week, and it is time out. Some may need a break. Temporary, right? It's like calling time in a game. More positively, this is taking time out together for the two of you. And that may be a change for some too, not used to that. But yeah, I just felt and heard that as well. Time out. So like a retreat, it's time for the two of you to like break away from the rest of the world. Masculine with regard to himself this week, it is healing. Card number 66. So, you know, that totally resonates with my entire message this week, and he is on par and in alignment with not only the rest of us, but with what the universe wants of us this week, or at least as I've been shown. And the union as a whole, boom, spiritual partnership. Very nice. Overall, aw, love. This is so sweet so far. I don't think it could get any better. I like how the 6s are crossing too. Because all the 6s are, you know, equal love. Love, justice, equity, equality. What the masculine would have the feminine, you know, again, do, surrender, contribute, whatever, toward the union this week. It is self-discipline. He wants her to work on herself. And look, it's card number 41 equals 5 with this green Merkaba in the middle, to match her 5 card with that, her green 5 card. It's more of a teal, but you know, the same sort of family there. So I feel that, you know, was definitely born of a, you know, electric, telepathic connection between the two. Like, I know what you need. You know, a part of me. I feel what you need. Masculine as it relates to himself this week, self-love. Self-discipline for the feminine, self-love for him. And more of this orange. More of this orange. And again, for with the blue also coming into play, there could be some crown chakra and maybe some throat chakra. air sign stuff that the masculine needs to deal with. And I think in the general reading, I said specifically like there's some stuff he wants to get off his chest. He has not expressed love in the way that he wants to, or to whom he wants to. And so that could be definitely what he's, nurturing this week, his ability to get the words out, to find the words. But in the meantime, he wants you to be exhibiting some self-discipline, some self-control, not freaking out, and also working on yourself and keeping your heart chakra, your heart open. Again, green representative of not only the emerald ray, which is the ray of healing, but of the heart chakra. And the orange in both cases is sacral. So both females and males, or masculine and feminine archetypes, may want to do some work in that area, sacral chakra. Both of the love cards, the love and the healing cards, are both blue with the blue Merkaba in the middle. So again, that's crown chakra, that's throat chakra. You may want to work on those areas too. And like, think of it as it relates to love. I need to work on my throat chakra. So I need to be able to get the expressions of love out of my throat and out of my mouth. I need to heal that difficulty to express myself and my emotions. What the universe would have the 2 do, but you will have to affirm to it for the full support. And it is spirituality. It is spirituality. So like committing to not only yourself, it's a commitment. It's to yourself, it's to your partner, it's to the universe, to the divine. And I got to tell you, with this card number 77, so that whole thing I went through in the beginning, I had just asked myself, like all day, once it happened, I was like, oh, I just got a feeling that I was supposed to share it with you guys. And all day, that was my plan. And just now, as I sat down here, I was like, oh, am I going to talk about this? I usually don't talk at all in the love reading, like before the love reading. Am I going to talk about this now? And in that moment, I got a message on one of my old videos where I was reading from the book of Enoch about the illumined ones and the elect. And this woman commented and said, like, I hope that my union is truly like divine, basically. I hope it is holy. I hope it is blessed. It has brought me closer to the creator. I had strayed, and she went into a whole thing. And I said, oh, I guess I am supposed to. And I looked up at the clock, like, okay, let me get started now. And it was, well, I looked at my watch, my phone rather, at the clock. And it was 7:34. Which is 7/7. It was 34 degrees, which is 7. I had 74% battery when I started this reading, which is 11. And my phone had updated at, I forget what time now, but that was something that equaled 7 as well. And I said, oh, okay, I get it. Because 7s in numerology and angel numbers are about not only spirituality, but like being on the right track. And it's like a nod, like a yes, okay, keep going. You're doing well, from the angels. And then it also, of course, brings about fortune if you continue to listen to the guidance and, and follow through in what it is they're asking of you. Outcome. Boom! How sweet is that? Happy ending. And it's another one of these 93s or 12s, which is 111. So that number is so far very significant, and may be particularly significant over the course of the week. Again, multiple ones, when you see them, are about the thoughts and words that you speak over yourself. And it's a reminder that you're in a period of manifestation, that's a good moment for you to focus on, your deepest intentions and desires. So next, to get a perspective from the universe, I'm going to use my fortune teller cards. I'm beginning with Snake. Your intuition and healing powers will guide you to a better path, but be careful. This is about discernment. I didn't even realize that this is with what I was starting after what I talked about tonight. But yeah, this is about discernment. and open to the world. Be open to new possibilities in all areas of your life. This can be about something coming full circle too, especially as it relates to an experience. Maybe you've experienced or heard something like what I talked about tonight before. And it's like, and it's like coming around and making sense, like a 360 degrees of experience. I don't want to say cipher, because like when you're 360 degree cipher is like you really experience pretty much, what most of what life has to offer, a large bit of what life has to offer in terms of, the awakening process and, consciousness in supreme math. All right. Anyway, snake. And celebrations. You are ready to bring new and exciting things into your life. This can be specifically somebody celebrating something this week, a birthday, maybe Valentine's Day, something else special. Snake. And flowers. Be generous. Success and emotional fulfillment are yours. So again, flowers are also something that, people tend to exchange on Valentine's Day. So I think this could be coming up for that reason as well. I'll do one more, and it is Phoenix. Be prepared to be renewed after a period of crisis. Period of crisis may come up because you are being discerning and you had to weed through, who's real, who's fake, the type of people I hate. Right? Because we did, particularly for the feminine, see also the 5 of Swords in the general reading. So that can be about conflict, gossip. Snake. And we've come to Dragonfly. Have confidence during this time of great joy, renewal, and connection to spirit. And the overall energy is key. New beginnings, directions, and adventures await for those ready to let go of the past. This is feeling very much connected to the Ace of Pentacles, with which I started the general reading and with which I'm about to start this one, if I use the Animal Tarot again. Ace of Pentacles having returned. Also, I don't know who may need to hear this, but this is random at this point because I'm not talking about this anymore, but I'm told to mention that the scriptures, as it relates to demons that have passed, evil, dead people, the Bible, the scriptures in general, say they go to Hades. Now, Hades is from Greek mythology, right? So keep that in mind. All of this stuff is tied together. It says they go to Hades. And so that's, you can find that Luke 16:23. You want to look it up yourself. And that is a clue to us that there's more than one place, maybe below. Like they're not all bad. This is specific. Hades is where the evil ones go. But others could be going below as well that are not evil, which takes us to the teachings of like the Emerald Tablets, of King Osiris, and his work with Ma'at, and his stepson. I'm drawing a blank. You know I know this. The dog head. He takes the souls to Ma'at. She weighs them. Then they decide. They bring it to Osiris to ultimately decide what one's justice is going to be. But we're told that those dead are all brought below as well. But the Bible and the scriptures in general speak of things in a way that it's like stuff is hidden in plain sight. And even the connections to our other origins and, history and religions worldwide, all very much tied together there. Okay, so again, I don't know why that needed to come out in that spot or who needed to hear that, but I hope you received the message. I'm going back to this. The overall energy is key. Divine being or couple. Recent past. Masculine's higher self. Near future. Blocks to one's individual progress or union. What the feminine can do in this regard, right, to help herself, and what a masculine can do to help himself, where he's feeling blocked. What the universe recommends to both, but again, they'll have to affirm and commit to it on their own, like volition and voluntarily, and the outcome. Divine being or couple, beware. Be careful of who you trust at this time. Okay, this is about discernment too. So maybe that's why I was made to keep going in that regard. I don't know. Recent past. Love. Love surrounds you. All your connections. Move forward positively in all these areas of your life. So something was ignited recently. Let's see what it bears in the very near future. You know what? I should have put one specifically for Valentine's Day. Very near future. Ooh. The devil. Take care immediately to avoid temptation and deceit. And it's crossing this beware. The devil showed up in the general too. And I spoke of one person, like having more than one choice and maybe a party of three. Maybe that's why this 111 keeps showing up. I said something about one person possibly being toxic and one person being good for you and you needing to choose. So again, discernment. Masculine's higher self. Judgment. So this is like what I was just talking about too. Major Arcana card Judgment represents the planet Pluto and the sign of Scorpio, which it rules. And if you're using the Rider-Waite Tarot, you see a bunch of people that are in purgatory on the card. And if you are, talking to me about it, then you see the Scorpion King, which is Osiris, making the ultimate judgment. Soul searching will bring you inner peace and to many areas of your life, masculine. So that's kind of like hermitish too, right? Introspection and going within. Self-love. The blocks to, again, progress or union is flowers. Be generous. Success and emotional fulfillment are yours. So maybe not being generous, being selfish, whether it's with yourself or other people, is a block. And I think it's mostly self this week, to be honest with you. I actually had a conversation with one of my clients. I work with a number of people in this one family. And I was talking to the sister about how giving her sister is, like, to everybody else. I'm like, I think she forgets herself. So it's like that sort of thing just came to mind too. And be mindful of any temptation to do that, to not prioritize yourself and to put something else that doesn't warrant it, somebody else doesn't warrant it, doesn't deserve it, ahead of yourself and, your needs. What the feminine can do to help herself, snake. Your intuition and healing powers will guide you to a better path. Be careful. And we have this sitting here under the beware, feminine. So watch out, because again, in the general reading, it was also the feminine's column where the devil showed up. The devil and the hermit. The devil clarified, the devil clarified by the hermit. What the masculine can do to help himself, it is chariot. Charge ahead with confidence. Stay strong and focused. I like this for you. Chariot in the tarot represents the sign of Cancer. And what the 2 can do, what the universe recommends, but they'll have to affirm to it is Coffin. Natural endings abound. Take care with your health. So there's 2 messages there. The first one is things die a natural death. Let them, right? Let them. That's how new growth and birth is initiated. But at the same time, a second message, and with neither being more important than the other, take care with your health. Because things that we fail to nurture. So it's kind of like a third message too, between the 2 of these. Things that we fail to nurture die. And the outcome. Patience. Again, slow down, change your attitude, and clear your mind. And also there's sirens in the back about, talking to us about the healing too. So that clear your mind takes me back to the outcome from the first spread and that crown chakra stuff that we saw there. And going to the animal tarot, I want to do this. I'm going to do a little something quickly. I want to do it, but at the same time, I don't want to, again, spend too much time and have difficulty uploading this for you guys. Opening to the 6 of Autumn. This is another card that came up, and I said it was about exchange and unconditional love. So we have that opposite, the Ace of Autumn. And now the 6 of Summer, 6 of Cups, about soulmate relationships, past life relationships, reuniting with folks, maybe meeting somebody new relationships. And opening to 11, Strength, which represents the sign of Leo. You may need that strength to face something from your past with the 6 of Cups showing up. You may need that Leo energy in order to be discerning, maybe with regard to something from your past. You may be jaded in that regard, because of your relationship, even your past relationship with any given person, friend, romantic interest. And you got to be careful there. Coming to the King of Autumn, who's compassionate, accomplished, charismatic, and grounded. Also a Taurus, maybe, like where Mars is entering this week. Or Capricorn or Virgo even. Everything's going to turn out great. Projects will be stunningly successful. And exciting new career opportunities are possible. Money or resources that come your way will be invested wisely as well. So I just want to lay some of these to see if we can get an idea of with whom we might be dealing, what type of person it might be, maybe what zodiacs are going to be most prominent. All right, crowning the masculine, it is the World again. Major Arcana card 21. Congratulations on successfully accomplishing what you set out to do. You've made it through the challenges and incorporated the lessons that life offered you with grace and courage. This is another, like 12 backwards, which equals 1, 1, 1, or 3. Maybe involving a party of 3, possibly even a love triangle. And it's about something that you're being eased out of so you can be eased into something better. But it may require some patience, which we keep seeing. The masculine surrounded by yet another 3, the 3 of Spring. Stop to take time to review and to make long-term plans, capitalizing upon past successes. It's appropriate to pat yourself on the back for all of your accomplishments. But you also may need some patience for the next phase to play out. So that too can be about a party of 3, although the 3 of Spring also a positive card about abundance, just being on the horizon. Masculine subconscious, the Princess of Spring, energetic, outgoing, optimistic, and creative. Creative opportunities that you feel passionate about are fluttering your way. Personal growth and broadened horizons will spark fresh and original ideas. The Princess of Spring is a Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Can also be Jupiter himself coming in to help you with this, lucky energy, supportive energy. Crowning the feminine, it is the 2 of spring. Your vision, creativity, and dedication to your cause have brought you great success. In fact, it may be in your best interest to get a partner to assist you in your endeavors, or to expand the number of people helping you. The 2 of spring, or 2 of wands, is the divine union or twin flame card of the tarot. It is also about the need to have faith in continuing to manifest our desires. We start out with those 1s I keep talking about. Then we get to the 2. We need to continue to have the faith and hold on to the dream. Then by the time we get to 3, we see something beginning to take shape and we say, oh, okay, it's coming soon. But, you know, it's still on the horizon. And then by the time it's 4, it is actually there. It's a tangible thing. Feminine surrounded by major arcana card 18, the moon. Something could be hidden. There could be something you don't know. This may be connected to the masculine not having expressed himself, so you don't know. And it's important to trust your intuition. We've seen this anyway with connection to the discernment. You need to trust your intuition. Pay attention to it. Even if you're unsure of what's happening, you need to do this. And all will be revealed soon, so worry is unnecessary. The moon represents the sign of Pisces in the tarot. But the actual moon, Earth's moon at least, rules the sign of Cancer. Feminine subconscious. Major arcana card, the wheel, which represents the planet Jupiter, ruler of the sign of Sagittarius. We have it here mirroring the Princess of Spring. Expect a sudden positive change in your life. You can now move forward and make great progress. The wheel also connected to Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, and Scorpio, the fixed signs. Crowning. It is major arcana card, the Lovers, which was the overall energy in the general. True and long-lasting love finds its way into your life. Follow your heart with caring actions and choices. The Lovers represents the sign of Gemini. So this can be about discernment again. And what you're into versus head often at issue when the Lover shows up. And maybe some fear because you don't know what's going on or you don't know what lies ahead. But, you know, you're going to trust your intuition and what your heart's telling you to do and jump in, or not. Feminine. Masculine. Are you going to, you know, trust your intuition and allow yourself to be eased out of a funky situation, maybe involving love, and eased into a better one? Or you're going to, you know, stay with the devil, you know, as they say, and, you know, avoid moving on into a new chapter. It's all up to you. At the root, the foundation, it is the Princess of Autumn, cheerful, reliable, intelligent, and mischievous. A wonderful opportunity related to your work or education, such as a promotion or a scholarship, is coming your way. Seize this chance to learn something exciting or start a more rewarding and uplifting career. The Princess of Autumn is a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. You could have met someone at school to start this, at work that got this started. You maybe an earth sign or somebody with a lot of earth in their chart and earth tendencies that got this started. It could have been the movement, the transits in the, you know, in the universe. Uranus moving into Taurus, Mars moving into Taurus, that, you know, initiates this energy for you. But however we got here, this is what's come of it. At the heart of the matter, the Prince of Winter, decisive, focused, driven, and impulsive. Get ready for progress to speed up. This situation requires you to choose logic and intellect over emotion and to make your decisions quickly. The Prince of Winter, we now have crossing the wheel, which is also about sudden movement, sudden energy, is a Gemini, like the Lovers, Aquarius, or Libra, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. I'm just going to quickly, I'm beginning with Worth Waiting For in chemistry, lace some of these romance angels too. I'm probably pushing my luck, but I feel like we need a little bit more. Very soon, if you clearly decide what you want, it comes to you now. And again, it'll be worth waiting for. Very soon. And love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So since this one is about self-nurturing, I'll stop there and cut already. Love yourself first. Unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So this can be, again, the two people between which you have to choose. One is not right for you. One is, it's just not right for you. In other cases, and maybe particularly for the singles too, when unrequited love shows up, it can be about imbalance also, which I've also been talking about. Like, so that's connected to the need to work on self, and maybe actual physical chemical imbalance and like hormone stuff that you need to look into. I had past life relationship. You've known each other before. Jump out of the deck. So I want you guys to see that. But the overall energy is retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world, which we saw in the first spread. I'm going to stick this one back in arbitrarily and do this. There's two there. Crown the masculine atop the world, it is playfulness. So you're guided to just the lighthearted energy, move out of that old funky energy masculine, allowed to die natural death like Coffin recommended. To recapture romance, instead allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Atop the Three of Spring, it is unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. You are over the party of three. It may involve an actual fire sign. Atop the Princess of Spring, creative opportunities that are coming to you, news of something good that's coming to you. And the message is, this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. So get rid of this other one. Feminine, atop the Two of Spring, the Two of Wands. How appropriate is this? Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate or twin flame, divine partner. Atop the Moon and what you don't know, romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Now you know. Atop the Wheel, we got two cards here. One is healing family issues. Your love life begins as you forgive your parents. All right, it's not just your parents. It's any and everybody that's so impactful upon you that you can't move on with your life without healing the relationship with them. You have to work on that, all right? And usually I say you can work on it by walking away, or if there's interest, desire, and ability to fix the relationship, then you do that instead. The other card is new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So this could have to do with, again, letting one person go that is not appropriate, and that's part of healing the family issues, and then welcoming the new one in with the new love. Or it could be the same person healing the past and letting those aspects of themselves and of your relationship die and starting anew and renewed. Atop the Lovers, heart-to-heart conversations, which, who's better at that than a Gemini or, an air sign, communication sign. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So masculine, get that stuff off your throat, your chest. Sitting here next to the Sagittarius card, it is this other very Sagittarian-like card. Atop the Princess of Autumn, you deserve love. You are lovable. So the Princess of Autumn brings news of abundance, and this one is news of love on its way to you. Because you deserve it. You've earned it. Very Three of Earth or Judgment. And atop the Prince of Winter, let go of control issues and allow this situation to unfold naturally. So you can't try to make it happen, but the universe is making something happen for you on your behalf. On that note, I'm going to get with the advice. I didn't even shuffle our other decks or tell you with what I was beginning. So with what was I beginning? Master Buddha. Increased awareness. So this can be with ascertaining something too, discernment also. Why did it get so bright in here? Something's weird. Deep connection. Trust your inner voice. So this is about paying attention to your intuition also. From the numerology deck to the masculine. It's another one for you. New beginnings. Can you even see the card? It got so bright in my room. And we haven't changed anything. But your card it's another orange card, first of all. And it's number 1. Again, new beginnings. So fresh starts for you, masculine. Feminine for us, it's more green. So more of this heart chakra. and healing, and it's perseverance. So it's like a Nine of Wands kind of card. Keep going. You're almost there. From the fortune teller cards to the masculine, birth, universal energy brings you opportunity and possibility. Feminine, for us, death, the opposite of birth, a time of natural transition and transformation. When this one occurs, it allows for this one. From the keepers of the light oracle to the masculine, Jwal Kul, Dharma unfolding. Remember that you're on a path and take one step at a time toward happiness. Right? Those boots were made for walking. Feminine, white eagle, ancestor spirit. Connect to your lineage, a family wound or pattern. Maybe it's a cycle that runs in your family. Something you saw your mother do or your father do. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. From the animal tarot to the masculine, the king of winter now. Intelligent, impartial, respected, and unemotional. Also a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. At this time, it's very important that you communicate clearly, be objective and unemotional, and act as professionally as possible. If you need to seek advice, seek out the most experienced expert that you can find. The King of Winter knows how to get those words out of his mouth. All right, so that's why he's showing up here for you guys, masculine. You can use his energy. Feminine, for us, it is the high priestess, so more intuition and discernment. This is a time to pause and reflect, not necessarily take action. Trust in your spiritual gifts, as nothing is hidden from your divine intuition. And from the romance angels to the masculine, forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Lastly, feminine, for us, trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this week's love reading. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. You need a reading from me or any kind of service from me, do hit me up at queenofswordsthelightworker.com or any of my social media. I appreciate you. I'll be back in a few moments, hopefully live, to watch this with you. Namaste.